Welcome to the Geelong Zone. My name is Coach Lucas. Thank you for joining me today, tonight, morning, 3 a.m., where I'm filming this at 3 a.m., wherever you are. We are here to discuss the actual playing 22 for the Geelong versus Gold Coast game at Metricon Stadium today, tomorrow, wherever you are, on the Friday night. Team news is in. Some shocking decisions, in my opinion. Some matchups that do not make sense, that we did not see pre-season. And we are going to discuss them on this show. Now, do forgive me, it is 3 a.m., well, actually 3:20 a.m., as I'm doing this video. So it's early in the morning, so forgive me. Why I'm doing this early in the morning, there's a good reason for that, is because I've got no reason. Because I was watching the Carlton, when the teams came out, the Carlton and Gold Coast, Carlton and Sydney game was done, was going to start, so I did not have time to do that video. Otherwise, I would have done, teams. But and then I actually forgot I was going to do it after the game. And then I was watching the TPG boys have an absolute meltdown. So shout out to them. And then I've actually just forgot. I actually had a shower and then forgot all about it and thought, shit, at 3 a.m. I better do this video. But anyway, the selection team is in. We've got some shockers. We've got some injury blows. Starting with Dangerfield. Patrick Dangerfield will not be playing in this game due to calf tightness, whatever that means these days. I just remember you did a calf or you didn't. Not sure what that means. When I played cricket, either I did a hamstring or I didn't. I didn't have hamstring awareness or hamstring tightness. I don't know what calf tightness is. I don't know what that is. But Patrick Dangerfield will not be playing during today's game. Also, other injury, Tyson Stengel is not there because of personal leave. Another big out is Brian Myers. I don't think he is being selected. He is out also. So we've got a few injuries. Actually, Grant Myers is playing. Grant Myers is playing. This is why I shouldn't be doing this video at this time, because I'm tired and I cannot remember everything. So this is going to be good entertainment for the next 10, 20 minutes. Fucking hell, who else is out? Got no idea, but we'll just go through. What I can tell you is our defenders are full strength. There is no injury problems here with our defenders. This is the actual lineups. This isn't just me making up anything, but we all had this team anyway. We all had this bunch of defenders anyway. Do not blame me if they're in certain positions. I can't be asked doing that at this time. But we've got Connor O'Sullivan, Sam De Koning, Jack Henry, Zach Guthrie, Tom Stewart, and Lawson Humphreys as our defenders. And that's basically going to be every single game those players are going to play at full strength. This is where I'm a little bit confused here. This is where I don't understand this. So Ollie Dempsey is on the wing, Max Holmes in the centre. That's fine. That's all good. What in the fuck is Mark O'Connor doing on the ring? I've got absolutely no idea. The fucking state of this guy, Chris Scott. I've got no idea. I've never seen Mark O'Connor on a wing. I've seen him as an inside mid, 5 or 10 minutes here or there, but I have never seen Mark O'Connor in the wing in any practice games, any AFL games, any match simulations. I have never seen Mark O'Connor on a wing. I'm going to assume that's probably, they've just penciled that in and he's not really going to play there. They're going to put someone else, but I don't get that. The rucks on ball, this is very interesting for me. Very, very interesting. No Mitch Edwards, who had a good pre-season, to be honest, had a good game last week against Carlton. They've gone with Mark Blitzard, which means either Sam De Koning or Shannon Neal will be in the ruck. We saw Shannon Neal last week against Carlton in the ruck, did his knee. All good, he is playing. But that does not make sense to me why you'd go back to Sam De Koning or Shannon Neal. Mark Blitzard cannot do a whole game. He's going to have to get help. So I don't know why Mitch Edwards was not playing in this game. And then I forgot who's injured, and it's all coming back to me now. Jeremy Cameron, also another player that is injured. On ballers / ruck rovers, Tom Atkinson, I don't really agree with this either. I think, with all due respect, I'd like to see someone different in there. Bailey Smith, solid as a rock in there. That's fair enough. So yeah, I'm a little bit dumbfounded with Mark O'Connor. I don't know what Chris Scott's thinking with that. So he hasn't got a Bruner. He hasn't got an Ocean Mullen. He hasn't even got a Warple. They're all playing. Those three players are all playing. But he's gone with Mark O'Connor. Don't know what he's on about there. Our forward line is Brad Close. Sean Menner. Sean Menner is actually at centre half forward. Can you believe that? Centre half forward. I know I haven't got the exact positions here, but he's playing centre half forward. I can't believe that. Cannot believe that. No. Well, we'll go through this quickly. So Grant Myers is playing. Ollie Henry is playing. Shannon Neal and Jack Martin. Jack Martin's been our most informed player of the preseason. Kicked a couple of goals last week against Carlton. No Jay Polkinghorne, the Pogster. I find that absolutely gobsmacking. It's almost like Chris Scott wants us to lose. I feel like he just wants us to lose. I cannot believe that. I can't believe that. He's had a very good preseason, the Polkster. I had Kerry from the Red Dawn TV on my show yesterday, and we were saying, you know what, what's our expectation of him? So, and we said, you know, we don't expect him to kick 4 or 5 goals, but just compete. He's a good overhead mark, and in these conditions, it's probably going to be wet and windy. He's going to be really good. We haven't picked him. I really don't understand why we didn't pick Jay Polkinghorne. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, moving on. The bench will be Tanner Bruner, Ocean Mullen. I'm surprised with Ocean Mullen. I don't think there's any room for Tigers anymore. We're in an era, in my opinion, where goal-kicking midfielders where midfielders are going to kick more goals than ever. We saw that in the preseason. We saw that with Hugh McCluggage in the grand final. Patrick Cripps, kicked a couple of goals. The Sydney and Carlton game, Warner kicked a couple of goals. Heaney kicked a couple of goals. I think we're in an era where more midfielders are going to kick more goals. And we had a 5-minute discussion on Ocean Mullen yesterday with Keary. He doesn't hurt you two ways. He's not a player that's going to cough up 30 touches, kick 3 goals. He's not even going to give you 25 and 1. He's not that kind of player. And if you cannot hurt if you're tagging a play, he goes forward. If you cannot hurt him the other way, there's really no point you being there. So I'm really surprised with that. And Noah Anderson is a goal-kicking midfield, so is Turk Miller. They did that in the preseason game against Brisbane, where they both kicked a goal each. We have the Warpedo, James Warple from Hawthorn. I've never been convinced with James Warple, and his last game against Carlton did not help that cause whatsoever. And finally, Jai Clark, a guy we have persisted with over and over and over again. Don't know why he's been selected, but hey, I think I had him in my team. So there you go. But yeah, a couple of stinking decisions there by Chris Scott. Wouldn't have it any other way with him. So yeah. Mark O'Connor in the ring, eh? Mark O'Connor on the wing. It's almost like this guy's trying to sack himself. It's almost like you're saying we're not going to win. We have a question. We have the comments. That's very strange at this time of hour. Bussy Sniffer, love you, coach. I love you too. Thank you so much for joining me at this strange time. Not every day you get a live video at 3 a.m. But hey, I completely forgot. Carlton Sydney stuffed me up a little bit. I watched a bit of the Jumper Punch podcast, and then I had a shower and I simply forgot until I was about to go to bed and thought, fuck, I forgot to do the squad. Here we are. So, so I'm tired. I haven't got all my notes. So, like I said, I fucked up earlier. I could only name Dangerfield as our only out. We're missing Cameron. We're missing Jack Buse. Another player that we're missing. So we're a bit depleted at this point in time. Grant Myers is playing. But yeah, Mark O'Connor on the wing. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. I would have liked to seen if you're gonna put someone on the wing. I would have put anyone else. Warple would have been a good placement. Tanner Bruner would have been a good replacement, though I don't think he might not have the engine for that yet. Maybe you could have moved Atkins to the centre, so you got Atkins on board. You can move Max Holmes on board and put Atkins as a winger. Sorry, this is why I shouldn't be doing this to him. That's a complete fuck up. So you can move Tom Atkins and Mark O'Connor. So Tom Atkins is more on the wing. Mark O'Connor's an inside mid. At least we've tried that in the past. This makes no sense to him on the wing. I've never seen any game or any minute of any game him on the wing. Never. With the forward line, there's really no surprises here. But I have seen Sean Mena as centre half forward. I can't explain that either. It does make more sense than Mark O'Connor on a wing. At least Sean Mena actually plays in the forward line, but I don't understand why you have Polkinghorne, why you don't have Polkinghorne. And you're going to say, well, who drops? Who comes out for Polkinghorne? Well, you got Ocean Mullen, you got Jai Clark, you got Tanner Bruner. I'm not convinced of any of these players, really. I like Mitch Nevitt. But we have not seen consistent game time with Mitch Nevitt. And then in the last game, in the preseason game against Carlton, he played in the pocket. I don't rate any of this bench, with all due respect. I don't rate Tanner Bruner. I don't rate Ocean Mullen as on baller. I rate him as a tag. I think he's a very, very good. Not good, but I think he's a great tag. I think he's one of the best in the AFL. But he doesn't hit you two ways. So if it's just tagging, then that's fine. But if he's there to come off the bench and make an impact, that's not going to happen. Mitch Nevitt, I don't know what Mitch Nevitt is. He kills it in the VFL. He chalks up 30 touches almost every week. There was a game late last year where I watched in the VFL where he almost got 40. He got 38 or 37 or something. It was unbelievable. Warple, I think he's a turnover machine. His efficiency is poor. And Jai Clark, we've tried him for, it feels like 10 years with Jai Clark. I don't rate any of these players on the bench, except for an asterisk next to Nevitt, because I haven't seen anything of him, apart from VFL. And I think you could have put Jay Polkinghorne in front of these players. Back to the forward line, Jack Martin is another strange decision, but with all due respect, he's been our informed player up forward. So you have to play him. You have to give him a chance. You just can't ignore that. That's what a preseason's for. So can't ignore that. So I don't mind Jack Martin in. You know, you earned his right. That's fine. The other one I'm very interested in, me and Kiri spoke about this, was the man on the left of the forwards is Brad. I was going to say Blad there. Brad Close. What does he bring to the team apart from pressure? But again, I said this yesterday, my dog can bring pressure. This Coke bottle could bring pressure. What does that mean? What does bringing pressure mean? What does it mean? Forward line, we know what it means on the technical specs, you know, the forward line press, but the context, what does it mean? Is that all he's good at is the forward line press, you know, putting pressure on the defenders? No, I don't know what it means. Don't know what it means. And he hasn't really done anything. He's not a player that kicks bags of goals. He's not a Tyson Stengel. He's not a Sean Menner that might kick 2 or 3 goals. You know, I don't remember the last time. If anyone in the comments wants to say below, when's the last time Brad Close kicked a 3-goal haul? I can't remember that. I just don't know what he brings to this team. So, and yeah, if you bring in Polkinghorne, maybe you lose that 4-line press. Maybe you lose that, but I don't understand that. Defenders for me, I can't really comment much about this because this is our full strength. And I'm not going to get into technical placements, you know, who should be playing fullback pocket and fullback and halfback and centre halfback. But I can't complain with this. This is going to be if all these players are fit here, we'll go with those. So no one's going to come in. Though having said that, I wouldn't mind Tom Stewart on the wing compared to Mark O'Connor, and Mark O'Connor go back. So maybe they can switch. At least Tom Stewart has played in the midfield before. When he played a couple of years ago when he was in a horrible run of form, we threw him in the midfield, turned his form around, turned his season around. So at least that makes sense. Mark O'Connor doesn't make sense. I think it's so disrespectful by Chris Scott. Not so much to Mark O'Connor on a wing, but we're going to put Mark O'Connor on a wing, yet we're not going to play Jay Polkinghorne. Very strange indeed. Atkins as well. Atkins, for me, I know he's the heart and soul of this club, but he's another player that doesn't hurt you 2 ways. He's great defensively. Makes 100 tackles per game. Wears he like a glove. I get that. Hard inside mid player, hard body, tough little nugget. But again, he's not a player that's going to give you 30 every week. And I had him in my 11. I had him in my 22 or 23, whatever you want to call it, with the new 5 at the bench. I had him on the bench. Like this was my team. This was my team. So I had Brian Myers on the wing, Max Holmes on centre, Warport on the wing. I had Mitch Edwards debuting. What is that about? Took Chris Scott 100 years to play fucking Conway. Are we doing the same thing here? Are we seeing? Is Chris Scott seeing something we're not seeing with Ruckman or with young players? You know, it happened with Mitch Hardy a couple of years ago, killing it in the VFL, absolutely killing it. Ted Closey, killing it in the VFL, not playing. What are we seeing in the VFL? What are we seeing that what is Chris Scott seeing that we're not? Don't understand that. I can't believe Mitch Edwards is not playing. Can't believe that. Are we going by the new ruck rule? Are we saying that, you know what, tap ruckmen are now dead? It's now about who's more agile. We saw 4 goals kicked between ruckmen last night's game between Sydney and Carlton. Penninat kicked 3. Grundy kicked 1. Is this now a trend where we're going to see more ruckmen, less agile ruckmen, kick more goals? Is that where Chris Scott's going with this? No, let's put a Blitzard in there. Okay, he may not be the tallest, but he's pretty agile. He can kick goals. Well, Mitch Edwards can do that. We saw that in pre-season. He can go back and defend. He's very agile, Mitch Edwards. Gold Coast are debuting a ruckman that's only 195 centimetres. So this was my thoughts. This was every. Now I know I got Jeremy Cameron, but this was yesterday. I had everybody in that was playing. That was uninjured playing. So I had Joe. I had room for Jay Polkinghorne and Jack Martin in the team, and Jack Bowes. I had room. I had room for. Oh my God! I had room for this guy, and I've picked Bowes, Martin, Mena, Neil, Cameron. And yet, let's go back to the real team. Hang on. He's got Martin, Henry, Neil, Myers, Mena, Close. And I had Blitzards playing. I had Blitzard playing, by the way. But I had Close, Henry, and Danger on the bench. And Danger's not even playing, yet he can't find room for Polkinghorne. And by the way, these were my replacements. So Myers for Jed Buse, but Myers is playing. Cameron for Mark O'Connor. So I agree that Mark O'Connor should be playing. That I agree with, but not as a fucking winger. So if Cameron's not playing, Patrick Dangerfield starts forward off the bench. If Bailey Smith isn't playing, Mitch Nevitt straight in. Mitch Nevitt's playing. Regardless, Patrick Dangerfield for George Stevens, Ollie Wiltshire. I haven't done that. This was Keary's team. So this was a recap of Keary's team. So he had Guthrie. He had the same defense. His midfield was different as well compared to mine. He had Dempsey on the wing. He had Atkins in the centre. He had Jai Clark on the wing. Half forward, he had Close. He had Cameron because we did that. He had Mena. 440, he had Polkinghorne. So even he had Polkinghorne. Neil and Henry, the followers, or the on-ballers, the ruck rovers, what do you want to call them? He had Blitzard, which they've gone with, Geelong. He had Holmes and Smith, which they've gone with. Holmes is in. And on the bench, he had Jack Martin. Even he had Mitch Edwards. Kiri. He had Mitch Edwards. He had O'Connor. So we can all agree O'Connor should be playing. We all had him in our team. Though I had him as an emergency, but he was the emergency. Warple and Tanner. But this is the real Geelong team. They've gone with Tanner, Mullen, Nevitt, Warple, Clark. And in the wings, they've gone with Dempsey, centre Max Holmes, and Mark O'Connor. Don't get it. I really just don't get it. Really don't get it. Brad Close, Sean Mena, centre half forward. That is confirmed. They have penciled that in. Almost like Chris Scott is saying, I give up. They're going to build us, which they probably will. I have them by 40 points. I have them by 40. But let me put it to you. Let me put it to all the Geelong fans out there. Would you rather play a group of kids, lose by 40, or play the same team that Geelong go with and lose by 40? I know which one I'm picking. I want to see kids. You had a good opportunity here to play Jay Polkinghorne, to play a George Stevens / Will Shear. Didn't want to do it. Plays Nevitt. That's a tick. Okay, that we can all agree on. They've got Mitch Nevitt. What's Mullins doing there? What's Jai Clark doing there? Don't rate any of this. Do not rate any of this bench. What the fuck are we doing here? What is the fucking state of this shit? So this is where Chris Scott shoots himself in the foot. Okay, so he's got Mullins in. So what he's saying is, you know what? We're going to tag a player. We're going to tag either Noah Anderson or Turk Miller. So why the fuck is he standing on the bench? Why the fuck is he on the bench? If you're going to tag someone, if you're playing a tagger, why are you starting him on the bench? Isn't that a point of a tagger? So what's the point? 10 minutes in, Anderson's already on 6 touches, kicks a goal, or hypothetical here. And then Chris Scott says, oh yeah, you might as well tag him. What in the fuck is the point of that? Don't get that. If you're going to play Mullen as a tagger, which he is, start him on ball. That him on the bench makes no sense. It's a big game for Warple. Massive game for James Warple. I'm not being convinced. I've never been convinced with Warple. Hawthorn gave him up far too easily. They gave him a half-assed offer. You know, here's an offer. Would you stay? Didn't put up any fight whatsoever. Sam Mitchell wasn't interested. His AI laptop wasn't interested. I think we got scammed here. But we'll see. We will see in this round 1. We'll see. Tanner Brunner, well, I know he's gone through a lot. But and no one's thanked me and Scott for this. We got that fucker off. Let's be honest. We did that show where no one else would go there. We did. We fucking went there. And the fucker was found not guilty the day later. But I still don't rate him as a footballer. He's not a new player. Might have missed a season, but he's not a new player. He's been with Geelong for a while. And what I've seen is fucking B grade. Not that good. Not that good at all. I want to see Never on the wing. So put O'Connor back to the bench and put fucking Never on the wing. I want to see Dempsey on ball. Move Dempsey on ball. Take out Tom Atkins. Put him on the wing. He can still tackle. So the state of this fucking team. Oh. What time is it? 3:30. 3:30 in the morning. I've got to get up at 10 a.m. to watch a fucking watch-along, to watch a cricket watch-along. I don't know how I'm going to get through that. And then after the cricket watch-along, I've got the Geelong and Gold Coast watch-along. And then I've got the review show. So that's a 10-hour day of streaming, non-stop streaming, 10 hours. I will obviously take breaks, but we're going to be streaming for mostly 10 hours. Now, when the Sheffield Shield, when they have lunch, I'll take a 40-minute break. But it's a big day. Big day. Big day for the Redbacks. Big day for the Geelong Football Club. Where do they sit as a team? A lot of expectation on Gold Coast. For the first time in their short history, there is a lot of expectation. A lot of people are putting them as premierships, including me. I put them as a premiership. I think they'll win it, unless if Brisbane, I've got an asterisk next to Brisbane, because if they're not motivated, they're fucked. But if they're motivated and they really want to win the 2026 premiership, they'll fucking win that easily. They'll walk over everybody. Now, how many times when we see teams win 2 flags or 3 flags, and they don't go on with it? They don't become the 4th team. Collingwood did it. Hawthorn did it. But even Hawthorn, after their 4-peat, they 4th-peat it. Did Hawthorn 4th-peat it? Don't think they did. Sydney, Freo, West Coast. That wasn't in that order, by the way. It could have been. Could have been in that order, actually. Who'd they beat? They never won a fourth flag. Because the Footscray won it after, didn't it? So they never won 4 in a row. Collingwood did back in, I think, the 70s, 60s. Last 5 meetings between the 2 clubs. This is where Gold Coast were new. Well, not new, but this is when they were still a basket case. Smacked them by 60 points. Well, was it 60? 40 points, give or take, in 2021. Belted them in 2022. This is where Gold Coast started to become good, and the tide turned. 2023, they won by 19 points. Let's remember that Darwin game in 2024. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, that game in Darwin. Look at the state of that scoreboard. 164 to 100. We might see that. There is a good chance we might see that. We might see that. And last year in a wet and windy game at Cardinia Park, 61 to 37. We could see that Darwin game. Could be worse. Remember when Essendon played Gold Coast in their short history? They absolutely belted him in the first quarter. Why do I get those vibes? Why do I think Gold Coast are going to come out and just kick 10 goals in the first quarter? Why do I think that? I don't know. Here's a scenario. If Geelong win or Gold Coast win, if Gold Coast lose and Geelong win, what's the bigger story? What's the biggest story? Gold Coast losing, Geelong winning. For me, it's Gold Coast losing. First time ever in your history you have expectations of winning a flag. You are a flag favourite, along with Brisbane, to an extent, along with Hawthorn, because some people had Hawthorn making the grand final. And if you lose to a depleted Geelong team, that's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. And yet we get it. No Matt Rowe, no Jed Walter, no Jamara. Apparently he needs to be given a couple of weeks to get his body right. Yeah, he played in a preseason game, kicked a couple of goals. That's okay, because every time he plays against us, he lights up the field. Oh, yeah. Very, very strange. Let's go back. Fucking hell. Very strange. Mark O'Connor on the wing. And we said this to Kiri. I said this to him. When halftime hits and we're down by 25, 30 points, we're going to do this same midfield down here. Atkins, Smith. Or Max Holmes, Atkins. See, if it was me, I'm not giving up on this game. Now, I know I said Gold Coast by 40, but that's just reality. Well, if Gold Coast don't win, I don't give a fuck about the margin, whether there's 100 or 1. I'm not expecting to win this game. So there's nothing that's going to surprise me. There's nothing in my watch along that's going to get me angry. That's going to make me throw things, rage. The Sheffield Shield stream might. That might. But I'm expecting a Gold Coast win. So if you're going to my watch along expecting me to throw things, get angry, it ain't going to happen because I expect Gold Coast to win. So it makes no difference to me if they would have started with the on ball with Nevitt, if they would have played Dempsey, so Nevitt and Dempsey on ball, and in the centre, someone like a Tom Stewart, and move Mark O'Connor back. There you go, there's your midfield. Nevitt, Dempsey, Stewart. Didn't Chris Scott promise that last year? Where he said, I see a situation where we play Stewart, Nevitt in the same midfield. You know how many times we saw that last year? Fuck all times. 0 times we saw that last year in the midfield. That was by the coach himself who said that. Oof. Good luck. Good luck to Kiri. Good luck to Kiri. Good luck, Kiri, going to the Gold Coast. He's getting up early this morning. I'm already up. And he's catching a plane to Gold Coast. I had tickets for this game. I bought tickets for this game, but I could not go. I could not go. One, I didn't want to see us lose by 100 points. 2, no, I just couldn't. It's a shame. It's a shame, but it is what it is. I am targeting the North game. The North. Hope that's a day game. I want to fly in, fly out. I'm planning to go to Brisbane. I'm planning to go to Queensland in August for the Mackay Test match. Winter Test cricket. How good is that? How good is that? We need more winter Test matches in Australia. I don't give a fuck about the footy, man. I don't give a fuck about the MCG or Adelaide over all the Adelaide Crows or Port Adelaide. They can fuck off to Norwood and Alberton. They can fuck off there. Port want to play a gather round match at Alberton. Well, there's your start. You know, you can book a match at Alberton. And good luck, Kiri. He's flying over the Victorian border. No, he's just going in a fucking angle. Straight to Gold Coast. Jesus. Yeah, my test match to Mackay will be having a 6-hour stop in fucking Brisbane. Raging. Absolute raging. My preview, I'll try to get... I've got fan cams going on for... What do I keep saying? The fucking preview. The review. I had a fan cam on for the preview. Kiri was the fan cam. So I'm having it after the review. If you're watching, you want to get on my show, talk about the game, you're more than welcome to. More than welcome to. The link will be in the description. You can join me live. I'll put you on. I know Kiri will be at the Star Hotel in Gold Coast from the rooftop swimming pool. He'll be streaming from there. He'll be streaming from there. But if anyone wants to join the fan cam. Come in, I'll put you on. But there'll be no meltdown. I have this book I'll be reading. I said this last week. We'll be reading Jimmy Bartell's preview. Sorry, Jimmy Bartell's perspective of that Brownlow. And then heaven forbid, if we lose that Fremantle game, heaven forbid, if we lose that Fremantle game, we've got Gary Ablett. We might get one of the Jumper Punch boys in. We might get Bo or Scott in. We might read the Chris Judd one, the Chris Judd. Might read the Chris Judd. There you go. There's Jimmy Bartell. That's what we're going to read tomorrow during the match review. What year did Chris Judd win the Brownlow? Oh, there we go. See? So we'll get Bo or Scott on. And we can read this. 2004 and 2010. Actually, who else cut? We got... We might have other Carlton players in here. Oh, sorry, this is a complete fuck up. But I'm going through. I haven't actually read the whole book myself yet. I've seen bits and pieces. Jesus, surely we have a Carlton player winning it, surely. Other than Chris Judd. What in the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ. We've got no fucking Carlton players winning a Brownlow other than fucking Chris Judd. What in the fuck is going on? What in the fuck is going on here, guys? Oh, there we go. It might be before Bose and Scott's time, but we've got Gordon Collis. Surely there's been a Brownlow after Gordon Collis. There we go. Greg Williams. There we go. We can get Bocek and Scott to. I'll read him the Greg Williams part. Holy fuck! 2-time Brownlow medalist for 2 different clubs. Bit like Chris Judd. There we go. We might get them on for that. We finally got there in the end. I was starting to get nervous there. Has it been that bad for Carlton fans? Has it been that bad? Hey, Carlton fans, I bet you could use this man. Bet you could use this man right now. Prime Chris Judd. Had it prime Chris Judd. Didn't do anything with him. Had him playing with a Brendan Favola. Mr. Pressure Point. Oh, Carlton. 47 minutes. Oh, fuck. Supposed to be a 10-minute show. Raging. Absolute raging. Good luck, Kiri, on his plane to Gold Coast. Good luck, me, for my watch along. Good luck to the Geelong Football Club. Fuck me, you'll need that. You'll need that. Before we go, these were the 3 key points of beating Gold Coast. This was Kiri's idea, this one. Good start. Have to have a good start. The game last year against Sydney, where Sydney got all their fit. Isn't it funny? Look how good Sydney are when they got Warner, Heaney and Gordon in. They did beat Brisbane last year with those players when Gordon came back from injury. They did beat Brisbane in Brisbane. That was impressive. Should have bet us. They had us at quarter time 20 points. They should have won that game. But we were terrible in that first quarter against Sydney at the SCG last year. So need a good start. Midfield must have their share. Reduce the Gold Coast inside 50 count. If Gold Coast have 50, 60 inside 50s, forget about it. Forget about it. 3, change it up if it isn't working, which we mentioned. Which we fucking mentioned. But no, Chris Scott wants Blitzard, Atkins and Smith in the midfield. This is unbelievable. This is unfucking believable. Not a Dempsey or Stewart or Nevitt. Same old Bailey Smith. And no disrespect to Bailey Smith, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's not A grade yet. He maybe will be, but he's not A grade yet. Atkins and Blitzard. And the forward line, no Polkinghorne. Oh. I'm tired. I'm so tired. But no poking horn. Oh, what are we going to do with this numbfuck as a coach? I bet the Geelong fans can't wait to rub it in if Geelong did actually beat Gold Coast. They won't be on any other. They won't be on any other shows. They'll be on fucking my show, trolling the shit out of me. Ah, Lucas, you got it wrong. What do you got to say now about Chris Scott? Spin on it. I just have to put up with it. But it'd be good if Geelong did win. I'm not barracking against Geelong. I'm just having reality check. My prediction is Gold Coast by 40. Had on my tipping show. I made a video last night. Tipping show. Sydney will win. Sydney won. You have to you have to be in reality world. Cannot be in La La Land. Some Geelong fans are in La La Land. They don't like rebuilds. I say, well, that's bullshit. That's just bad luck. Every team rebuilds. We will rebuild. Oh, I need a spell, don't I? I need an absolute spell. $3.30. Oh, good Lord. Oh. It's tired. I'm tired. Believe this shit? Can you believe this shit? I've been doing this for 52 fucking minutes. I've been previewing a team selection for 52 fucking minutes at 3:30 a.m. Watch along stream today. Big day. They're not in a good position, the Redbacks. They lost Travis Head late, on day one. They need to make 280. New South Wales have a good bowling attack. And then it's the AFL watch-along. Done watch-alongs in the past. I actually did that Sydney game that I was talking about a couple of minutes ago. I actually did do that watch-along for that game. Come in, have some fun, say hello. But there's going to be no meltdown from me. I might get angry in parts, but no meltdown because I'm picking Gold Coast by 40. It makes no sense. Wait for the Fremantle game. Wait for that game. Can you imagine we lose to Fremantle? The state of fucking me with that watch along if we lose to Fremantle. Then you can watch a meltdown. But no meltdown for Gold Coast. Because it's reality. We're not going to win. What if we did? The haters will come at me. Oh, fuck off, Lucas. Shut the fuck up. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, well, I say Gold Coast by 40, so hold that. Hold that. Thank you for watching at 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m., 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, wherever it is you're watching from. I've had some people in the stream lately. I've had people watching my streams lately. I don't know. I'd rather only have 8-9 people because I want to read all the comments. I can't imagine a stream. I can't imagine a stream where I have 100 people in there and I can't read every comment. I don't know. I don't know how people do that. I don't know. I watched a bit of Bocek's live stream, Jumper Punch. He had about 100 people fucking chatting in. He couldn't even read out the fucking comments. I don't want that. I don't want 100 people. I'm happy with 5 people. I'm happy with 1. At least I can read the comments and pin it. Like this from earlier from Bussy Sniffer. No, I don't want 100 people in the chat going berserk. Keep it at, no more than 10. But Lucas, your channel's got to grow, and but I can't respond to 100 fucking comments. No, that's why I only want 10 people in the chat talking. I'm okay with that. Lucas, what do? You have 100 people talking in your stream. It's a successful channel, or you have a shit channel and you only get 3 people. I'll take the 3 people. Because those 3 people will have maybe good opinions about things than 100 people commenting shit. But anyway, I do appreciate all the love and support. I get why I'm getting more views. And like I said, I've got no hate towards anybody. It's all good. It's all good. People can do what they want. People can say what they say. I say what I say on my channel. I don't worry about censorship. If YouTube sack me, they sack me. Fuck it. No? Australia Day. Australia Day. Not many people posted. You've got hundreds of content creators. Big names as well. Very big names. I didn't see any of them comment Australia Day. The Jumper Punch did with Mars. Very brave of him to do that because he is a big channel. But I did it. No, other channels don't do that. But this is my channel. I do what the fuck I want on this channel. I want to hear from the people. I don't want to fucking rave on. Having said that, I've raved on for 57 minutes at a 3:30 a.m. stream talking about teams. I'd rather hear from you people. And I don't care. I don't care who you are, where you come from. We talk football, we talk cricket, we talk anything, we talk movies, music. You put a comment in that chat below, I'll read it out. I don't want 100 people. Can't read everything. But I do appreciate the love and support over the last couple of weeks. But like I said, no hate towards anybody. It's all good. It's all good. Everyone must take their path to enlightenment. Everybody must take their own journey. That is some what do you call that I just said? Some spiritual shit. That was some spiritual shit, that was. I'm not superstitious, but I am actually a little bit spiritual. I have a couple of things for cricket. I don't care about numbers. Like if I was number 1 week and number 100, I couldn't give a fuck about that. I like wearing long sleeves. Always got to wear the long sleeves when I play, whether it's 100 degrees or 1 degree. So that's a bit of a spiritual thing, superstitious thing. Must wear caps inside. That might be a weird one because you're inside. Why the fuck do you need to wear a cap inside? But I'm spiritual like that. It's a superstitious. I have to wear caps inside. And it's not like it's a big deal. Look at this. Oh, I've taken off my cap. It's not a big deal, but I just like wearing caps. Remember when you were at school? Remember, I don't know if this happened to you, but here's a story. Listen to the fucking state of this story. Every single time a teacher, I don't know what the fuck their problem was. Now, if he's watching, there's a teacher or former teacher that does streaming. If he can comment below, why the fuck are teachers obsessed with students wearing caps? Or not wearing caps, sorry. If you wore a cap in class, why are they so obsessive of you taking off that cap? Lucas, take off that cap. Suck my dick, bitch. You're not telling me to take off my cap. You fuck off. That's an X-rated comment. I didn't really say that, but yeah. Well, every time. Lucas, take off your cap. Lucas, take off your cap. Lucas, take off your cap. You go fix your fucking haircut and I'll take off my cap. Why are teachers so obsessed with that? Why are teachers so obsessed with kids wearing caps in class? I don't get that. Is it a respect thing? How the fuck are you? How's it disrespectful? Are you wearing a cap? Unless they're wearing a cap like this. Unless they're wearing it like this and not even fucking paying attention. What's the difference? That's a little thing I didn't like. I don't like being barefoot. I don't like being barefoot. I always like to wear socks. I do not wear socks in bed, but when I'm moving everywhere, carpet is full of diseases and parasites. I don't want them on my foot. We've already got bacteria on our foot anyway, but is what it is. No, I'm not planning to sell my feet on OnlyFans. But it is 4 a.m. in the morning. I probably gave you a good show. I am tired. This is not like the Meerkat video that I made where it was emotionally draining. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to even be on this fucking planet when I did this. This is different. This is just me having fun and games. Just on that. Just on Meerkats. Well, not on Meerkats per se, but people in her circle that were in her circle. Relax. What do you got to do there? You don't assume. I'm not going to tee off. There are still some people that may watch this. I think they do watch this. That will hold grudges. I don't know. I'm not going to mention this person's name. This person will know who I'm talking about. I think it's getting childish now. I think it's getting childish that you keep mentioning me when it comes to people saying, have you ever met someone on social media and you thought they'd be your forever person and they turned out to be a narcissist, bully, piece of shit? Oh yeah, I had one. I thought he was going to be my forever person and he turned out to be the worst person ever. What are you on about? What are you on about, you spaz? You absolute spaz. What are you on about? I don't need to delete statuses and that I've got DMs and of this person. Well, fucking show us your DMs, babe. Fuck your DMs. You got nothing, mate. You got nothing on me. You had your chance. I said bad stuff, but you're the one that you made that call. Why do you keep mentioning me? Doesn't make any sense. I'd love it if you inbox me about this. I'm more than happy to have a civilized conversation with you. I don't think you're capable of having one. I don't think you can have one. No, when you were hanging around with me, talking and that. You know, we had same views. I think you've gone completely woke. But Lucas said woke on his YouTube channel. Oh, hold that. Hold that. My channel, my rules. No one gives me ultimatums on this fucking channel. Only me. Only me. But people, you know, I said this on the Melcats video. That was a very draining part of what I do being a contenter. And I met two wonderful people doing that. And I got fucked by them. I got absolutely fucked by them. Yep, I said some bad shit. I did bad things. We all do bad and fucking stupid shit. But the way you two carried on hurts me. You may not think I don't care, but when I did that Melcats video, I started that video at 10 p.m. I didn't finish until 4 a.m. And you still have the audacity to say, oh, I thought he was my forever person, but he turned out to be a narcissist and all that. You fucking kidding me? Inbox me, have a proper conversation. All you got to do. Don't understand it. I don't hate anybody. I hate people that disrespect my mum. That I will get pissed off about. My mum. I love my mum. Which is all I got. She's put up with me for 33 fucking years. My mum, what a woman she is. What a woman she is. She'd have to be to put up with me for 33 years. It's actually 4 a.m. but I can still hear her phone going off. But what a woman. A woman that I respect. Yeah, we banter each other, and I don't think people understand that. Oh, Lucas, you shouldn't be really saying to your mum, get back to a kitchen, get back to the dishes. You shouldn't be really saying that. But that's the banter we have. She says the same thing to me. Get off the couch, you lazy fat pig. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's all good. It's turned into anything but that now. Now we're just talking shit. But no, my mum is a hell of a woman. Hell of a woman. Sometimes I feel like I failed her. I didn't live up to her expectation. I sometimes feel that. But you know, I do my best for her. I'd love to live alone. I'd love to live in an apartment in the city. City Adelaide, what I mean. But I have too much respect for my mum to leave. She'd be lonely as well. She wouldn't have anyone to talk to. I think I'd be okay. No one talks to me anyway, so it doesn't matter. But what a woman she is. As I said, she would have to be to put up with me for 30 years. But people that want to say shit about me on social media, They want to say untrue things. It's just not worth it. Talk to me first. Inbox me. Have the courage to inbox me. This person was big in my life, along with Mel. Why can't he inbox me? Why can't he be civil? Why do I have to hear from X, Y, and Z that you said shit about me? I don't get that. I really don't get that. Now my nose is fucking itchy, everything. I don't get that. You know, there was a time where I was highly fond of you. Highly found. Is that a word? Is that how you put it? Found or fond or whatever? I respected you at one time. I enjoyed my time with you. But you've turned into a nasty person. I don't fucking deserve that, man. I'm not nasty to anyone on here. I say a lot of shit. I say a lot of big fucking shit. I'm not nasty to anybody. Like saying I thought he was going to be my forever person, but he turned to be a narcissist, the worst person ever. That's bullshit. Don't do that. Don't say that. Talk to me first. More than happy to have a conversation with you, Girl X. More than happy to have a conversation with you. And I know you watch my shit. I miss Meerkats every day. Every day. No, you're hurting. I'm hurting too. We ended things on horrible terms. Doesn't mean I don't love her. Of course I love her. Or loved her. But saying shit about me, it's not good enough. It's just bullshit. Tired of it all. Sometimes I would. Sometimes I would, or sometimes I do. Sometimes I do message Mel still. She still follows me. What I say is another shit day, blah, blah, blah. Wish you were here, blah, blah, blah. Still hurts me. Now, I may not be on I may not be on the floor a crying mess, but people might find that weird. Why are you still messaging someone that's no longer here? But I do that sometimes because I care. And I don't think you cared. I think you just wanted company. Misery loves company. I'll give anybody time of day on this platform. Give anybody time of day. When I ask Bocek, when I ask Scott, when I ask any guest, I say to them, I don't give a fuck about my time. I care about your time. That's how you make people comfortable. I don't go to Scott, I don't go to Bocek and say, I want you on this day, fucking do it. What they say, I go by. I think that's the best way to have good friendship, good relationships with people, especially from how do I put this? Bigger channels. And they're doing great things, the Jumper Punch. Great things. But I think respect goes a long way. I've got all the time for them. I've got all the time for other YouTube channels. But I might be angry at some. One day they might be really what's the word? Reconsideration, or you know the word I'm trying to say. It's 4 a.m. Give me a break. Half an hour, the sun will be fucking up. Reconciliation. There it is. In time, there can be that. But I do my own things. And I love the guests that I have on. If Rocco, if the TPG boys are watching this, you might set me up. I'll see Rocco's new studio. That is absolutely fantastic. When can I get my invite? Can I get my invite? Have you got a pool, Rocco? Oh, fuck. Have you got a pool? I may never leave. I think Rocco would have to drag me by my balls and throw me out. No, I love them guys. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. 2-hour stream. Holy fuck. And I've got to get up in 4 hours' time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. Just not 100 people at a time, please. 8 or 9, that's good enough for me so I can read all the comments. This has been the Geelong Zone. Like I said, I'll be getting up in 4 hours' time to watch a preview. Sorry, to do my watch along. And then the Gold Coast and Brisbane game. Oh. Gold Coast and Brisbane, Gold Coast and Geelong. It says it right there, dickhead. Right fucking there. And you said Brisbane. You still said Brisbane. Shameful. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. If I'm not on time, then you can forgive me if I'm not on time. Really do appreciate the love. We will see you next time on the Geelong Zone. 4:40 a.m. Goodbye for now.